Greetings. You've arrived in Noir Alley here at Bar 355 in Oakland, California, where this week I'm unleashing one of my favorite films, the cinematic masterpiece Pale Flower, made in Japan in 1964. My admiration for this film is shared by my TCM colleague Alicia Malone, who in her latest book, TCM Imports, Timeless Favorites and Hidden Gems of World Cinema, she describes it as the perfect film to watch when you are feeling hopeless about the fate of the world. Well, this might be the time to play it on a continuous loop. For the uninitiated, let me get the plot, such as it is, out of the way. Not that a quick outline will give you any sense of what you're in for. Muraki, played by stoic and stylish Ryo Akebe, is a hitman just out of prison. He returns to Yokohama after 3 years to find that while he was in stir, the gang he belongs to has merged with its rivals, essentially rendering pointless all the crimes Muraki committed on their behalf. His existential drift takes him to an underworld gambling den where he hopes to find something. Purpose, solace, meaning, adrenaline. What he does find is an alluring and mysterious young woman, played by Mariko Kaga. In no time, the rush they get from gambling and each other starts to consume them, leading to a series of mind games that threaten to annihilate one or both of them. So much for the plot. What makes Pale Flower a masterpiece is the filmmaking of director Masahiro Shinoda. He was a leading director of Teizoku, or Sun Tribe films, a jazzier Japanese equivalent of American juvenile delinquent movies. Pale Flower, however, is squarely in the tradition of Yakuza films, the Japanese equivalent of our gangster pictures. But in its dreamy, at times surreal depiction of the underworld, filtered through the mind of alienated and obsessed Muraki, Shinoda transcends all the tropes typically associated with the genre. He uses every available element, performance, cinematography, editing, sound, music, to create a profoundly cinematic experience. Pale Flower is based on a novel by Shintaro Ishihara, a major figure in Japanese crime fiction who would later become the governor of Tokyo. Masaru Baba adapted it into a fairly traditional screenplay that Shinoda drastically pared down to thrilling swatches of pure cinema, to the point Baba demanded the studio shelve the picture. He was angered and embarrassed that the final result bore so little relation to his script. The studio, Shochiku, sat on it for 9 months. When the film was finally released, Masahiro Shinoda was quickly hailed as one of Japan's most original and innovative filmmakers. While Shinoda displays an abundance of thrilling technique, it's the actors who give the film its heart and soul. Ryo Akebe was a popular star of movies and plays, mostly during the 50s, but his career collapsed in disgrace after he froze on stage during a performance, an embarrassment that forced the prideful actor into retirement. He was startled when Shinoda offered him this part, which turned out to be the role for which Akebe will always be known. Not only is he in the pantheon of haunted and obsessed noir protagonists, the guy is sharp as a razor in his sunglasses and snappy suits. Mariko Kaga embodies another noir archetype, the alluring and implacable femme fatale. Yet her embodiment of psycho, how's that for a name, is completely singular due to its incongruous combination of childlike innocence and a craving for dangerous thrills. Director Michael Mann recently declared Pale Flower one of his 10 favorite films for the gambling scenes alone. You'll witness a game being played with Hanafuda tiles, which are unique to Japanese gambling. You won't have any idea what's going on, which makes these sequences all the more mesmerizing and strange. Okay, I have heaped a lot of praise onto this film without really addressing what it's about. That is up to you. For me, it's like a cinematic Rorschach test. What you get out of it is going to tell you something about yourself. As for me, well, I won't go into that on national television, but I will say without hesitation that this is one of cinema's purest expressions of noir. This is Pale Flower.